What's up, everyone? Fanduel NFL Week 14 first look time. Wow, we're coming off an incredible Week 13 where we absolutely smashed the DFS Army. I hope you guys did incredibly well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you just how good it went this week at DFS Army.
What's up, guys? Kevin Allen here, aka the Geek from DFS Army, and it was a week to remember. NFL Week 13, the core plays absolutely smashed, and so did the subs. Check this out.
Boom, Jalen Hurts play. 50K winner. 20K winner. Styles, what's up, bro? 10K winner. Mini Max. 7K winner. That's Hobby. 15K winner. Nolan, 50K, another 3K on the same screen. Unbelievable. Mixing out, load up on P-Ryan message for everybody that went out. This was a week to remember. We're going to keep it going. If you guys watched.
There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted to come around.
So we're going to keep it going. But if you guys watched the Players Club podcast, we're all over Samaje Perine last week, all over Garrett Wilson, all over Christian Watson. Got a little lucky with Christian Watson, but I'll take luck every once in a while. Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, and Hurts. It all came together. You just needed to pick the right tight end, the right RB2. We had Zonovan as one of our favorite RB2s. He made value, and it caused a lot of people to smash. And we're going to keep that going in NFL Week 14. But there's one other thing I want to show you. Check this out. New tool at DFS Army. You can access it under the NFL tab. Click on Air Yards. We got an awesome Air Yards tool. And I wanted to just really show you what this showed. So I've selected the past 4 weeks, week 10, 11, 12, and 13 as the guideline. I'll add another weekend. Let's add in week 9 as well here so we can get the last 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, last 5 weeks. And this is the Air Yards tool, and basically this shows you intended yardage per player. And the one player that's popping up here, so most of these guys we already know have been smashing. Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs. Terry McLaurin's actually up there in Air Yards. We need to keep an eye on him, but the one name that's been kind of crap for the last few weeks, but is getting a ton of Air Yards, just not connecting with his quarterback, is Gabriel Davis. So look out for a potential Gabriel Davis sort of get right game coming up in the near future. And of course, a reminder that we have this awesome tool over at dfsarmy.com. Go to NFL Air Yards tool and you guys can check this out. So let's take a look at NFL Week 14 from a FanDuel perspective. And what I like to do first is go through the game tiles and just see which games stand out. And I have to say, this is the week where one game stands out above all others. One game to control all the others. A precious game, so to speak. And we'll get into that in a minute. But let's get through the whole game list here. So starting right at the top, we got the Bills home against the Jets. Bills 9-point home favorites, 44-point total. And we've been on Magic Mike the last couple weeks, all over it. Helped us take down tournaments in week 12. And week 13, Mike did great. Considering that I don't believe he actually threw for a touchdown in that game. Wow. Put up a really nice score. Absolutely fire, made value, 4X and above. So Mike has crushed it for us. But this is a tougher matchup on the road at the Bills. Not in love with it. So do with that what you will. Really low team total. I'm not sure this is a Josh Allen spot either. Jets defense is quite good, but Josh Allen is better than good defenses. So I'm sure he'll get his. Now, this next game, Browns at the Bengals. Bengals are a really interesting play here. -6 at home, 47-point total. We'll keep an eye on Burrow and the crew. Deshaun Watson, I warned you. I warned you all last week that he's going to be rusty. He hasn't played in years. And yet, somehow, the Donkeys made Deshaun Watson chalk in a mediocre matchup last week when he hadn't played in 2 years. It tells you that there's still edge in DFS, and thank you for that, Donkeys. But I warned you not to play him last week, and that came true. So he scored 6. I think Deshaun Watson knocked a little rust off and might be a better play this week, but still not somebody I'm excited to load up on. Texans at the Cowboys in the highest. We haven't seen a -17 favorite in NFL football ever? Is this the highest spread of a game that we've ever seen? It might be. I need to check the histories. That's ridiculous. On the Cowboys side, when you're 17-point favorites, 44.5 point monster team total. But basically, what can you do in a game like this? Just load up on the running backs, I guess. I don't know. And now for the game to end all others. One game to rule them all. Vikings at the Lions, 53-point total, 2.5-point spread. Love when the Lions are at home. They absolutely play better. They smash. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is the game we're going to build around this week in our lineup construction. So we're going to be loading up on pieces from this game, both sides. As much as we can squeeze in there, we're getting. Another game that's kind of interesting, but low total here. Jaguars at the Titans. And it's interesting because these are very concentrated offenses, especially, Jaguars side. It's hard to run on the Titans. So, they only have the two wide receivers that they tend to throw to, Kirk and Zay Jones. So any one of those guys will be of interest, even a low total game. Titans are Henry or bust for the most part, and that's the way to go with them. Eagles at the Giants, 45.5-point total. Yeah, listen, Jalen Hurts has been doing it for us. Giants are not a matchup I usually want to target with opposing players because the Giants don't score quickly and the games move slow, and there's just so many reasons. Giants are good defense, but, going to keep them in mind as well. Ravens at the Steelers, 37-point total. The only thing of interest in this game is just the fact that Tyler Huntley is starting, and I love Tyler Huntley. He smashed for us last season when he replaced Lamar Jackson. I think Tyler Huntley is a better fantasy quarterback right now than healthy Lamar. I would not even be interested in Lamar Jackson at all in this game, but Tyler Huntley kind of interests me. Chiefs at the Broncos. This is not really a game to target. Broncos games just are low scoring and gross. 43-point total. No, thank you. But I'm sure the Chiefs will get theirs and do their business, but I'm more interested in Chiefs defense and that kind of thing. Bucks at the 49ers. Wow. Gross. Tom Brady, not good anymore. Miracle to come out of last week's game with a win. 49ers without the quarterback for the foreseeable future. Big Cock Brock taking over as the quarterback for the 49ers. That's a gross game. I don't want anything to do with it except for the defenses. Let's get down with them. Panthers at Seattle. Another one, 43.5-point total. Not something I'm going to get super excited about. I will say that, Geno is playable here without any running back sort of sucking up all the touchdowns. It could fall back on the arm of Geno a little bit to get this win. And DJ Moore is a player that I'll be interested on the Panthers side. And that does it for the kind of smaller main slate with just 10 games this week. A lot of teams on bye. For a lot of us, next week is the fantasy playoffs. So good luck to all of you who are trying to get into your fantasy playoffs this week. Now, let's take a look at the QB position. And the way I'm going to do this build this week, and I've kind of found a new format that I like, is I'm going to try to use the cheapest player that I feel really good about at every position group and then see how much salary we have left over at the end. Kind of a different fun way to approach the early build. And then we'll pop in some better players using that salary and kind of bring it together more like how I really actually build lineups more often than not. So let's start at the top here. I already mentioned Pat Mahomes, not the best matchup to be paying all the way up for at Denver on the road. I'm going to probably avoid that. Allen at home against the Jets. Again, not the best matchup. Jets don't allow a ton of points. Notice that the top teams, the top quarterbacks are all playing essentially well-ranked opponents that limit opposing quarterback scoring. Now, we can always play Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, the same deal at the Giants. Jalen Hurts, he can do his thing at any time. Very playable, but not necessarily a game where I'm purposefully looking to pay all the way up. But I love Hurts, and he's certainly in play. Similarly with Allen, not a great matchup, not a great total, none of that. But I love Allen, so he's always in play. He's just a great fantasy producer. Joe Burrow home against Cleveland, interesting, but again, a little pricey there. I don't know. It's really, how do you play Burrow when Allen and Hurts are just a couple hundred above him? So I just think the salaries are a little bit weird. Dak Prescott, not really. I think this is a running game for the Cowboys. I don't know why they would need a whole lot out of Dak there. Geno Smith, interesting. Again, another low-scoring game. Interesting. 7,700. I'm going to keep my eye on him. But here we're getting to a zone I'm even more interested in. Kirk Cousins in the game of the week, 7,500. Okay. Now, Cousins could actually have a chance of leaning on the run, so there's that. But he's in my mix this week, and I haven't played Kirk Cousins really much at all this season. But is this the spot? I don't know, maybe. Two more quarterbacks that I'm really interested in here. Jared Goff, 7,100. Game of the week, Goff. They're home at Minnesota. I really like Jared Goff here. Coming off a big game last week as well. 21 fantasy points, which is big for him. The other quarterback that I'm interested in is Tyler Huntley for 7K. And I know this game doesn't really carry like a massive total, but look what happened last week against Denver. He didn't play the whole game, got 10 rushes, 41 yards, got some passing work, looked pretty good. Didn't even throw for a touchdown, rushed for a touchdown, got 17 fantasy points. I think, 17 is kind of a floor for Tyler Huntley. He runs a ton. He's like vintage Lamar Jackson. I'm down with it. I'm going to leave Huntley in there, but I'm going to open it up to Jared Goff as well because it's easy to switch right up to Goff here in the game of the week. And I want to build around that game. I'll probably end up, you know what? I just want to mention Huntley and be excited about Huntley, but I think it'll be more fun to build this lineup with Goff in there. So I'm going to leave Goff in there, but keep in mind, Huntley, I don't care about the total. I don't care about any of it. That guy made money for us last season, so we can go right back to him. All right, let's look at the defense position before we go to running back. And again, what I'm looking for is a minimum viable defense play, sort of the cheapest one that we think has a chance. And it's a no Texans, no Lions, no Broncos, no Browns, Jaguars, no, Giants, no, Panthers on the road, no, Vikings, no, Steelers, maybe, Bucks, maybe, Jets, no, Ravens, probably not, Titans, no, Bengals, maybe, Seattle, maybe, Kansas City, maybe, San Francisco, maybe. I like San Francisco there. Dallas, of course, at 5,200. I mean, come on, right? Against Houston just gave up 33 points to an opposing defense. They are horrific. I've never seen anything like it. This is about building the minimum viable product. So I'm going to go here with Tampa. I'm not liking it. Steelers, Vikings, no. You know what? I don't like it. It don't make me feel good. So I'm not doing that. Let's go 49ers. With a nod to Dallas being not that much more expensive. All right. Running back position. I have not even explored the salaries yet, so we'll do this together. A running back, Derrick Henry, a little expensive, but playable. Dalvin Cook, playable, but my goodness, he has not paid off on the salary or even close this season. Nick Chubb at Cincinnati, no. Holy shit. Zeke Elliott is all the way back at 8K, and Samaje Perine is priced as if they think he's going to start. We'll see. Etienne, no. Pacheco, no. Here we go. Running back's going to be tricky. Fanduel, late season, their pricing is really sharp this year, and it's showing. But I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift as my first RB in this matchup. DeAndre Swift got more touches, more carries last week than Jamal Williams. It does look like he is kind of taking over a little bit as the lead back, with Jamal now kind of be the goal line back. So give me DeAndre Swift, no problem. I'll take it. I'll eat that. Now, what about a second guy? Oh boy, I don't know. Let's see. Pierce, Zonovan, no. Lance Murray, no. James Cook, no. So I guess whoever is filling in for Seattle as the starting running back, but we don't know who that is. DJ Dallas hurt, Travis Homer hurt, but I like those prices. If we knew one of them was going to be the starter, like a DJ Dallas, that could be the guy. High ankle sprain, man. This guy, he's not going to play. He took over, got a high ankle sprain, likely to miss a few weeks. Homer dealing with a knee. I don't know who the hell's the running back for this team. So I don't know. Then a whole lot of no's for the rest of it. And we can't be punting running backs this low on FanDuel. So running back is going to be tricky. There is no doubt that running back is going to be tricky this week. Derrick Henry, most expensive. I think we can go. Let's plug in Pollard as our RB2 for now, 7,500, and see if we can upgrade, downgrade. I'm not really sure what to make of the running back position here. I don't want to play Zeke Elliott at 8K. I mean, maybe Christian McCaffrey with no quarterback. Maybe Derrick Henry, just pay all the way up. Love to get to Derrick Henry if we could, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to afford a 9K player here. All right, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. See if we can get a little more clarity. And Justin Jefferson is part of that game that we want to load up on, so keep him in mind. Chase knocking the dust off last week. Amon-Ra, another one as part of the game. And interesting stackability with Jared Goff. Man, these guys are priced up. But given a choice between these two, similar pricing, I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson for the big bounce back game. So I'm going to plug him in. And I know it's expensive. Now we only got 6K left, so this is going to be challenging. Let's jump over to tight end next and see if we can't kind of start at the bottom and work our way up. See if we could save some salary here at tight end this week. Evan Ingram had a big week last week. Interesting, I guess. Greg Dulcich, probably going to be needed a lot. Noah Fant has been okay, I guess. Patty Freiermuth, all right. Dalton Schultz, probably not necessary. Wow. Andrews and Hawkinson, the same price, and then you got to pay all the way up for Kelsey. So we do need to save some salary here at the tight end position. It'd be tough to put a proper lineup together with all this craziness, but I'm going to go Pat Freiermuth here, 5,800. The target numbers have been down a bit, but he's spiked to as much as 12 targets in a game. I do think this game is going to be a little more competitive. You know, there's a few different ways. Greg Dulcich, also playable, but he's always chalk and almost always bad chalk. So I'm not sure I want to go there. I'd like to get Hawkinson in this lineup as part of this super stack of Detroit, Minnesota, but he's just too expensive. I can't afford it unless we find some value elsewhere. So we might get up to him, but we're going to have to look for some value. So let's continue on through the wide receiver position here. And Amon-Ra is another name. Like, sure, I want to plug him in, but at that point, we're basically out of funds. It's going to be challenging. Might not be able to play Justin Jefferson either. So we'll see. AJ Brown, no. Lamb, not a good spot. Higgins, fine. Lockett. Christian Kirk is a good spot. I like this game. I like this matchup. It's a really, really strong matchup for the Jaguars wide receiver group. So I'm going to plug him in. I actually got to take out Justin Jefferson because you can't afford it unless we find a punt, it's a little early in the week to be finding those extreme salary savers. Those usually present themselves with injuries or those kind of things. There's DJ Moore at 6,900. I'm interested in him. But that environment's not really particularly exciting. Jerry Jeudy at against Denver is playable, I guess. They just don't score a lot of touchdowns in Denver, so the upside is super limited. Here we got Adam Thielen at 6,400, hasn't done anything all year. Zay Jones at 6,300, playable, but unfortunate. But the one I'm going to plug in right from our air yards tool is Gabriel Davis. Gabriel Davis has been getting all the air yards, but there's a secondary reason I like him here. Jets have Sauce Gardner, an elite cornerback 1, and he'll be on Stephon Diggs. So that should push the targets a little bit away from Diggs. Now they could end up on, Knox or McKenzie or something like that. But I think it's Gabriel Davis week. Why not? Why not take a shot? Let's see how much we have left. 7K. So we're saving some salary with Gabriel Davis and Christian Kirk. I definitely feel like I need to get Amon-Ra in this lineup if I'm going to be playing Jared Goff. So that leaves us with just a minuscule 5,400 left for the last spot. And let's just kind of scroll through the wide receiver position, see if anybody else pops. DPJ is right there. Okay, it's fine. Nico Collins did some work for us last week, but I don't really love this spot. There's Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who can always put up a decent score. There's DJ Shark, almost. McKenzie, how much do I have left? 54. Ugh. Not going to be a whole lot of goodness down here. Not love the wide receiver position. Let's just take a look at the flex plays there. We're going to have to make a change. Actually, I think what we can do is swap off this tight end. And I've got I'm thinking about Chig Okongwu as an interesting one. He had a big game last week, but we're going to have to spend down even further at tight end. And it might be, maybe Evan Ingram or Dawson Knox. Even Harry Bryant, but go with Dawson Knox here. Pay down at TE2, opens up a little bit of salary. And I mean, I was really hoping I was able to on FanDuel kind of come up with a cheap enough or a low cost enough lineup to where then upgrading certain positions. But DraftKings is challenging this week. And the way they set up their salaries is just not very easy. James Cook had the big week the other week. I'm kind of interested in Gus Edwards, but not really. Can't really play Gus Edwards. Yeah, I know the move. The move is you got to say, screw it. Just punt the defense. Suck it up. Accept it. Got to punt the defense. I'm going to plug in the Browns. Cheapest viable that I can think of here. That opens up 7,500 for the last flex. And now we should be able to find a decent player, maybe. Note that no matter what we do, you really can't. It's hard to get to Justin Jefferson. So this is going to be a challenging week over on FanDuel in terms of the way the salary set up until we finish our research. So this is going to present hey, do your freaking research this week so we could figure out some sharper spots. I think what I'm going to do here is look for a couple mid-salary plays that I think are viable. Not him. Oh, man. 62.5. Maybe plug in Evan Ingram. And then for the flex, yeah, here we go. How about Amari Cooper there? So, listen. First look, some cheap plays. Let's just go over this. Remember, Detroit, Minnesota, the game to target. So I'm going to try to squeeze as much of that as I can in the lineup. I've got Swift and Amon-Ra here from Detroit. Was not really able to get anybody from Minnesota in there. I just don't like Adam Thielen as a play. I do kind of like TJ Hawkinson, but he's priced up significantly, and we can't get to Justin Jefferson. So I think over the course of the week, one of the things I'm going to try to do is try to figure out ways I can build a little bit more around that game on FanDuel. As far as some of the other spots, love the air yards tool. What it's pointing out for Gabriel Davis, he's getting a ton of targets, and the matchup does favor him. Throw in sort of a meh tight end that had a decent game last week, 7 targets, and fine. That's a spot I think I'm pretty comfortable swapping out. If we wanted to get different here and just play a running back, I think Isaiah Pacheco is playable. We might find out. We got to really monitor injury news this week on FanDuel because they are sharpening up the salary algorithm like crazy. And it's getting to the point where, as you can see, it's more and more challenging to put together what looks like an attractive lineup, an exciting lineup on FanDuel. It's not been the norm for FanDuel. Usually I kept it softer, but actually the salaries on DraftKings are softer. Who knew? Anyway, if you want to check out the Air Yards tool, remember, go to dfsarmy.com, NFL tab, Air Yards tool to check that out. And make sure you've liked, subscribed to the channel, do all that good stuff. We got a ton of content coming out this week. Everybody's favorite show, Tournament Tactics, on Fridays. We got the Showdown Breakdown on Wednesday for the Thursday night game. So you got to hit that notification bell so you can find out when we are doing what we do. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you next time.